Hello everyone, PaperSpock here with some more Heaven's Vault. This is actually the second time I'm recording today, and I'm recording it late at night because I'm really excited about this game and I want to see more of it. So, what we're going to do is, first, I did happen to discover that there was solvable inscriptions earlier, and I actually went in and I clicked through on the solve them off stream, but it looks like it didn't save from earlier. Because I accidentally did one, because I was curious what it did, because initially what I did is I wanted to go in, find every word that was solved, and take a screenshot of it, try to see what information I could conclude. And I mostly just formalized some information that I had discussed earlier in terms of starting symbols, like divine, that little symbol on the left where it's a quarter circle and then a dot. That means it's an adjective, I think. I saw 2 cases of that being the case. This is an interesting confirmation. The Emperor is your goddess. Holy water goddess. Make time for love. Okay, I have clicked through all the the solvable inscriptions. Oops. And now we have unsolved inscriptions. We have quite a few of those still. Not sure there's much we can do, so we need to decide where we want to go off to next. Empress buried robots. We still aren't sure of this. Ooh. Buried robots. What is similar about this in Songbird, I wonder? The kind of upside down Ys. And then something of goddess in there. I am not sure. Waters divide us. Divide and us are not clear. I think I did link and it was wrong earlier. I remember something getting crossed out on this, I feel like. Excuse me. Light is still crossed out, so maybe I'm remembering wrong. But I really do like light. I really do like us for this. Because it's similar to you. There's more dots, so maybe little things that look like comets turn it into some sort of collective form. Anyway. Guardians. Pilgrims. I apologize if I'm yawning a little later, and I did just drink some chamomile tea, but I still really wanted to play some of this. So we're getting a recorded at night episode. Hopefully I don't put you to sleep with my yawns. Brass Pipe, Song of Songbird. I really like Songbird. I'm not sure we're going to get something to confirm the word Songbird, but I really like it. Okay, I need to decide where to go. I should go to Iox. I want to go to one of the Age of Sail sites, or even I have the Cyclones, but I'm going to go to Iox. I'm going to be good. Okay, either route heads to our destination. Very good. Remark. I could sail forever. Gotta go right. Interesting, mistress. I feel like I might have the volume a little loud right now. Could sail forever, or would you run out of sky? That was a bit of a close call there in terms of making the turn, I think. Now, if there was a big ship, how would that have worked? Would it still fit in these currents somehow? Or were currents different in the past? That's the question that's on my mind. So I'm just kind of sailing around. I could pass control to 6, but I'm feeling like piloting myself. I'll just take a moment to remark. This funeral stick. It feels preemptive. It kind of does, doesn't it? You are not convinced Master Renba is dead? Do I have a chance to reply? I'm sure he is, but not like we really know. That's the most accurate. I think I just missed my turn. Yep, I missed my turn because I was too interested in what was being said. We'll just ride this out, see where it takes us. We've had the thinnest of hints. It was enough for you to stop looking, however. It's not my job to rescue roboticists. Let's see. Okay. Quite a path I'm taking back. That is no one's job. That does not mean you cannot do it. My sense is he's probably dead, but not necessarily dead. He may have wanted to give the impression that he was dead. Ioxian space, okay. I think I saw something at the water's edge. Is there going to be an option to let me check out some wreckage, finally? But we've passed it now. No! Is there any way for me to look at this wreckage that we sometimes talk about? Or is this just the game's way of scandalizing me? Set us down to 6. The University of Iox. Rinba's funeral is about to start. I wouldn't have originally gone back here quite so soon, but Mayari really wanted me to come back. What do you think, Styx? I believe they are just beginning, mistress. We're not too late, then? I believe our timing to be perfect, mistress. Aaliyah, quickly! He's not really dead. This could give me a clue about his whereabouts, too. Like if someone shows up who has a lead. Mayari was waiting for you to arrive. We weren't sure you really were coming. Why is she waiting for me? I don't think I knew this guy, right? Or knew him that well, honestly? He worries about your soul, Aaliyah. Renba wasn't my friend. That doesn't matter. He's sailing the rivers. You have to come. Do you really believe souls sail the rivers? Where else would people go? Maybe you aren't sure about the loop. I admit it takes faith. But Renba believed. All right, well, I'll come. I will wait here, mistress. Try not to rust. Seems like a weird thing for me to go to, but maybe important. I will lick myself clean, mistress. This way, Elia. Janiki was a great believer in the Great Loop. Do you believe in it, Huang? I don't think he'd feel comfortable saying otherwise. Of course. The loop makes sense. Try to keep your head bowed. Here she comes. Friends, colleagues, brothers and sisters, thank you for coming. Today we gather to recommend our brother Janiki Renba to the waters. Is that his wife? Who's the lady? Why did I say that out loud? I don't recognize her. I think that's Renba's mother. I wondered if you knew her. She's from Elbereth. Good of Miari to invite her. But of course she invited her. Wouldn't you expect your mother at your funeral? Janiki Renba was our friend, our brother, our teacher, for some a confidant, for others an inspiration. He has left us too soon. But we trust he will be returned. Renba often traveled to Elbereth to see his family. He was like you in that way. In what way? Not afraid to sail. Poor Renba. I don't really think poor Renba. He didn't... Yazi's arm got crushed because of him. And he hired a bunch of laborers. Janiki's departure is a big loss to the community. The university has changed our little community more than most of you may know, but in his absence, however brief, that will be truly felt. Never knew my mother. Never? Didn't know my father either. Oh my gosh, what if we're related to this guy? For a while, I thought he was the owner of this bar where I kept getting work. Really? But since I turned 20, he has been asking me to marry him. So I think I had that wrong. You're teasing me. I think maybe he's teasing me. I don't want to ever go back. I think maybe he's teasing me. I'm not sure how the others would have gone. He's not a bad man. I kind of get weird vibes from him, though. Not a good one, perhaps, but not bad. I think. Okay, Aaliyah. My mother was a carpenter. She made a lot of the chairs in this place. She's pretty proud of me.
Mayari paused a moment and then emptied something out of the hourglass.
So Renba begins another journey around the loop. As we remember him, so he sails the rivers above. What did Mayari pour into the river? Renba's ashes? Really? Of course. How did she get his ashes? From the water they'll wash out to the stars.
The people began to sing. The words were weird and old. The sound
The loop
drifted
sustains
up
us.
and away into the nebula. Maybe Remba could hear us. Maybe not. Didn't matter. It was beautiful anyway.
How did Mayari get something she's passing off as ashes? What if Renba and Mayari are somehow my parents? Oh, you know, I'm referring to Aaliyah as myself. Those that return will depart.
The chanting died away. There were echoes. Then they were gone too.
Friends, thank you for coming. Janiki will be grateful for your support.
The people began to murmur, then to talk.
Inferred existence of a new location. Moon and Ghost Wakes, okay. I'll see you, Aaliyah. Aaliyah. My dear. Come see me in my office. If you want to. I'm following you. Too curious. Come along, 6. Mistress? Exactly how many robots have you lost? Well, you're 6, so I think the answer would be 5. But... wonder if this could be the end of the game somehow. I hope not. I still have more exploring and learning I want to do. I don't think it would be. Aaliyah? I wanted to thank you for coming to the service. His mother appreciated having another Elberithian there. It was the least I could do. I know you didn't know him. Aaliyah, do you have any friends? Wang is a friend. I'm sure Huang would be friends with a desk lamp if it had a nice smile. Still, the boy is honest at least. There was something I wanted to ask you. Is the university flourishing? I think so, Leah. Perhaps one day you'll spend a bit more time here and see for yourself. You wanted to say something to me. Did I accidentally prevent that from happening by hitting the button prompt? I hope I didn't. I guess I must have messed it up somehow. He's seeing you, Aaliyah. I'm gonna go back in. We have learned of one new location of note. A moon in Ghost's Wake. Time to depart, mistress? I don't want to go just yet. I'm gonna go back, see if I can trigger that dialogue somehow. And then I'm gonna go talk to Huang, see what I can learn about my translations. I have finished my consideration of the stone and the statues, mistress. I believe I have a rough location for where the statues were constructed. How old? I believe the statues were carved in deep antiquity, perhaps over 1,500 years ago. I shouldn't disturb her again. Darn it. She was going to tell me something, and then... I thought I needed to say that to continue the conversation, but I think I cut the conversation off. I don't like when stuff like that happens. Okay, let's go say hello to Huang. Aaliyah, I was just... I don't know what to do with myself. You miss Renba? No. Is that bad? I mean, I didn't know him. What about you? What are you doing? I had some artifacts to show you. Oh, that sounds good. Have you seen anything like this robe? Very fine cloth. It must have belonged to someone important. I've seen this kind of thing before, too. Wait a moment. Now where is it? Here. Am I gonna get something else to translate? I sure hope so. This is an early Empire shroud. It was found on a splinter in the Cyclones. Oh my word. This one is a fractured fragment from an even longer phrase. Oh my golly. This is the longest thing I think I've seen in a while. Emperor is... will... ascend... return... no. Oh my gosh. Emperor is... funeral wrap, okay? Gone is probably the only thing that makes sense. Gone is an adjective. Strong is also an adjective. Emperor is gone. Emperor will return? Where did I use return before? Emperor will... I think that's what I want to say. Does Emperor is gone, Emperor will return make sense? I wonder if Renbin knew what he'd found. It's an emperor's robe, Aaliyah. Perhaps an emperor died under it. The archivist will enjoy the robe. I'm not finished with it yet. The last emperor goes into hiding in the Dark Age. After the fall of Iox, the emperor traveled to the Eye of Cyclones to hide. Oh well, of course. Well, I can't help but notice. You seem to keep back a lot of things. Things that belong here in the university, where they will be safe. They're important for my research. I keep anything along there safe with me. They're important for my research. The thing is, the game doesn't have a way of letting me know. They aren't artifacts, they're objects. They have purposes, places, histories. I need them to understand the nebula. Right, of course. Sorry to, you know, show him another artifact. I'll let him have this next one, whatever it is. Made some nice discoveries out there. Glad to hear it. Something else. Embroidered fragment of canvas. Now let's show him that. I found this fragment of canvas. May I take a look? There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as, "In time, gods will return." You know, I'm sure you're right on return. Ooh. That is a nice phrase to have. It's also a complicated phrase. It fits with my knowledge of verbs, having those two symbols at the beginning. The rest of it is a bit of a mystery. I'm glad you agree. Interesting. I've seen something a bit like that, I think, that was also inscribed. Let me see if I can find it. Seriously, though, I wish the game had like a bulk option to be like, okay, yes, but I want to show you some other stuff first. It was a moldering scrap of sailcloth. It was found adrift in the withering ways. Oh my golly. This is one end of a broken fragment of text. Excuse me. Bill? Wonder... Oh? Sailcloths fill. We... will... This one has a lot of symbols, but I'm sure it reads as sailcloths. Another long one, but I think it must say fill. Cool. I'm sure of we as well. These symbols remind me somewhat of my word for but. And sailcloths fill, and we will go. Go would make a lot of sense. Rum could also work, but return. I think go. I could still change my mind, but sailcloths fill and we will go. Do you have anything more like that? think he probably does not, but I'll see. Let me see. How about this? Yes! Heck yeah. This is the inscription found on a blue scrap of a flag. It was found buried here on Iox back in my mother's time. This one is several words. Okay, and at stars stars again. This doesn't feel right. Yeah, it's a little weird. At stars and stars. Huh. What do I do different then? At stars. What else could I do different, though? Done something wrong. Okay. Than stars and Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another phrasing. So than does not work here. What else could I do? That doesn't match. This doesn't feel right. I know it doesn't feel right, but I don't know why. And stars. Jeez. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another possibility. Okay. No. 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 I don't see what's wrong here. Am I missing something really obvious? Or is the game acting weird? Oh. I can add my translation for stars to my dictionary now. And that squiggly thing must be and. Okay, this has to do with stars. It's a word that starts with stars. So the colon is some kind of linking thing that I don't fully understand at this point. But it has to do with stars. Dream? That's... I don't know. Okay. So, rest at stars, life at stars, look at stars makes sense. Look at stars, and I like dream. Wish. I think I like this translation. Look at stars and dream. Why would the word dream have stars in it? I mean, wish upon star, etc. That kind of links. I'm gonna go with that, I guess. Look at stars and dream. Do you have any more like that? Let's ask him again. Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. Would you like me to archive the fragment of canvas? Yeah, take it. Good faith to you. I'll be back shortly. Ah, but how shortly? You're gonna be a little bit. I know how this goes. And I did feel bad for keeping so many for myself. I didn't even really want to keep them for myself, I just don't like waiting this long. So we wait? 6 doesn't have anything to say. Ooh, can I explore around his room while he's not here? I think the answer is very obviously no, but, you know, I don't have a lot better to do while I'm waiting. Let's look back here. Climb the ladder? Nope. Come back this way. Swivel the camera. Close up. Different angles. One by one, while we're waiting. Ah, we don't get the close-up anymore once we get off that angle. Ah, but I can turn. I like the profile. That's fun. Wonder how the artists like making this game. Ah, he's almost back. Aaliyah, you waited. You can show me your other finds later, perhaps. No, I wanted to show you them now. Listen, Huang. I've been finding some truly ancient sites. Places far out in the reaches that must have once been wealthy. Abandoned? They seemed that way. There's no one there now, anyway. My ox is old. They're always finding new layers to this place. Did you know that? Iox has been around forever. It probably all started here. What did? The Great Loop, of course. That's why everyone wants to be on Iox. This is where you need to be when the loop closes. Okay, read anything good recently? I've been reading up on plant species without much of a break. Okay. I guess we'll head out. Call it a day. I'll see you soon, Huang. See you soon. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Oh yeah. Do it. Leave the moon. This way, mistress. And so we left the university. With new leads for 2 undiscovered sites. Okay, let's continue. Aboard the Nightingale, we returned to the ship and sprung up into the water. Let's see what else we can do on the ship. I'm going to rest. The nebula. Mistress? The wellspring 6. The air they pour out, the air we breathe, where does it come from? Where do any of us come from, mistress? Where did I come from? You came from a hole in the ground on Iox. Indeed, mistress. Though I assume I did not grow there. Where else can I go on this ship? Start sailing. Ooh. Ooh, that's cool. I am gonna rest a little. Very good, mistress. Where shall I take her? To Elbereth? No, I don't want to go to Elbereth. Never mind, I'll sail her. Mistress? Okay. Let's start sailing. Oh, that room back there. I can't go in it, though. Start sailing. I will prepare the tackle, mistress. What would I do on Elbereth right now, anyway? My friend Leroy lives in the Citadel. I could go there next. Yeah, but why would I right now? Age of Sail site. From Rimba's dig site, we recovered more shards of iolite that 6 could trace. I reckon I could sail to this region and find more artifacts to figure out the precise location. Or I could explore other avenues until I know something else. Now, let's sail to the Age of Sail site. See what we find. Ioxian space. Sailing to an Age of Sail site in the Withering Ways. We will need to go left shortly, mistress. Okay. Yep, that bears out. And now we will take a glance and see where we're headed. So either way works. Let's look at our little map and see which way is better. Oh, right is very clearly better. We can swing it this late. Yep. There are unexplored rivers to the left. Yep. And there are to the right as well. But I think they might reach our destination. Approach ruin. A ruin! I would guess it dates from the Empire, mistress. I will
The
investigate,
robot
mistress.
hoppered away, and I was alone. Then it came back.
I recovered a large book covered in precise calculations. It must have come from somewhere nearby. There's something written on the inside cover, yes. Oh my golly. This is blotted and illegible. Oh my word. I love how elaborate these are getting. But they do leave me feeling a little confused. Oh! Alice? In... I've done something wrong. Alice? Stars? No, I don't think it's stars. Empress? Somewhere here? Empress would go there, but no. In Oh my word. Dream. So dream was almost exactly dream, but with that was the I don't like dream anymore. Look at stars and let's check. This was the last place I saw that word. Look at stars and feed Earth. Listen. This dream. Look and dream. Dream should be dream should be a verb, I would think, because it sounds like a command. Look at stars and dream. Like, look up at the stars and dream. So, person's being told two things, to look and to dream. But that's not the... It's not the... Not really a verb form. So either I'm wrong about verb forms. In fact, that's kind of... That's noun connected to nouns. I don't know what the colon means. Listen seems wrong. Speed seems possible. Earth seems possible. Dream is not impossible, but... Look at stars and dream. So look at dream. If we parsed it that way. Look at the stars and the dream. I guess it could work that way. I guess dream can be a noun here. I'm gonna back out for now. I'm still quite confused here. Now to work out what the other words mean. Okay. Sleep. A sleep and dream would be associated. If you have a dream, then to sleep would be... What if instead of drum... What if instead of dream it was... No, slumber is the same issue. Because you awoke from your slumber. Slumber is then nounish in my mind. I could be getting basic English wrong here. But we're using it like a noun. Deep slumber. Unless deep is then an adverb. I'm not sure. I'm having to think more deep about the English language than I usually do. And as I said, I am pretty sleepy myself, but sleep in... Okay. Come in blank palace. Come in death palace. Come in my palace. Come in withering palace. Come in only palace. That's a lot of symbols for my. Love. Love little squiggly is here. There's some other stuff going on. Adjective. it was my, I would expect there to be the apostrophe symbol. Because the apostrophe symbol seems to mean a possessive of some sort, because it was in your, it means of by itself. So my seems not correct. Of these, it starts with the adjective symbol. Then it has a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Death Palace. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. I have a thought. I think it could mean withering. The reason I think it could mean withering is withering is being used to describe the palace, so it's like an adjective. It also is kind of like a verb because, well, I mean, withered, withering, withers, etc. It is a verb. So, and it has both the verb symbol, the thing that I think is the verb symbol, and the thing that I think is the adjective symbol at the beginning. Not. It has the not symbol, the thing that I think is not. And then something that's associated with love, or hearts. So I can kind of see that. It's a little complicated. I wish I could break it down a bit better than I'm breaking it down now. But I don't hate withering. The blank in Withering Palace. Sleep? Idea in Withering Palace. An idea is like a dream. But idea by itself like that, idea is not really a adjective. Or a verb. I mean a verb. So, sleep in Withering Palace or come in Withering Palace. Sleep seems kind of weird. I almost want to put come just because it seems to make more sense here. But come doesn't have the little squiggly that I associate with motion. Like sailcloth. That little squiggle towards the end of sailcloth before the final character that looks like an eye. I would feel like that ought to appear somewhere in the actual word for to come, or to go. So I don't like that. And except in Withering Palace and ID in Withering Palace don't make sense, so I guess I'm gonna go with this, even though it seems a little weird. Sleep in Withering Palace. The Withering Palace? What's a Withering Palace? I'd say this comes from a place called the Withering Palace. This should help us locate it. I could take that book to Tappy on Albrecht. He might have something from the same site to help me locate it. If you believe that to be wise, mistress, you will, after all, exact the price. Ooh, we're at another Age of Sail site. Let's... Oh, there's multiple... Oh my golly, there's multiple sites here. Okay. How do I zoom in here again? I think I want to bear left up above, up here. The music has stopped. That's convenient because it was getting kind of loud. Waters to the left seem promising. I agree. Maybe I should have turned right there, but that's okay. I must be hidden amongst these clouds, mistress. Ah, the music returns. Oh no! Fix what happened to the river. I do not know, mistress. Where is this taking me? We are hardly sailing, but we are moving. We've been there. A ruin. It's the same one we read earlier. It is a ruin from the age of sail, mistress. I get another artifact. Wait,
The
mistress.
robot wasted no time.
I found an ornate nebula chart. Just floating out there? No writing around the surface of a cloud. I'd say this comes from a place we're after. We must be near. Okay, let's look in. Oh, nice. Withering Palace. Ooh. Could probably get there now. We'll make the exact spot we're currently looking for easier to locate. Now outside of the search zone. The rivers are stronger here, mistress. Left or right? I think we go left here, and then we are back within our search zone, mistress. Yay! The waters to the left will continue our search, mistress. Okay. Very good. Do I agree with that, though? Yes, I do. Okay. Which way, Sticks? Turn left here to continue searching. I think we found it. There's not enough room to land the ship, mistress. I will ready the hopper. An Aegis sail site. What was this place?
This moon was nothing but cold, cruel rock. It could never have been home to anyone. And yet, someone had been here. And someone was still standing guard.
Oh my golly. Mountains. I want to see the statue. This is an unforgiving place. Were there any other surfaces at all? None. This moon appears most rugged. There must have been something important about this place. Something that made this thing worth building. A god. The guardian of this place. I wonder who you are. I don't see a way up there. Why would you want to climb up there, mistress? Can you not see him from where you stand? I'm an archaeologist. If there's a god here, I want to find out what it thinks it's doing. Why must humans insist on standing on large things to understand them? Perhaps this path leads around to the statue. Up here, Six, and don't complain. By all the waters!
The path ended at the edge of an enormous crater,
Oh my gosh!
where a mountain had been plucked out like a rotten tooth, and something had been built across the wound.
It's enormous. You could fit the whole university inside. Evidently, it is a most impressive hole, mistress. Visible even from orbit. What are we looking at? I have no idea, mistress. Don't tell me you're not impressed. If I knew what function it served, mistress, what problem it was intended to solve, then perhaps I would be impressed. Can you scan it, Six? Scan it? Scan it for what, mistress? It is a hole. Scan it anyway. What's it made of? Here is something, mistress, which may or may not be interesting. The tiles lining its surface are a metallic pottery composite. A what composite? Metallic pottery. Heat resistant, reflective, conductive. Where did they even get enough metal for this crater? Don't people sift streams for iron dust? There are richer seams on older moons, I believe, mistress, but there does appear to be considerable wealth of material here. Oh my gosh. Climb the steps. Here's a way up. I cannot climb that, mistress. There are no doubt aware. Why am I going back? I want to look at the... Hey, game, I wanna... There are markings here! Yes! There are markings here. Let's see if we can't find out who you are. Ooh. This is the start of a fragment of text. So there is... as... good? Waters. I don't see anywhere to put waters here. I see good. Is... I think those aren't the symbols for good at all. Ooh. Where else did I have the word good? It's good treasure, or treasure good, or something like that. Treasure of and songbird. So of something. Serpents or hours. So, what is this? Noun. Noun signifier. Slaves? Winds? Food or this? Slaves are Hmm. This wins food or slaves. I feel like... Okay, we have a bit of a conflict. Because that very first shape is one I associated with nouns that are non-entities, and then the second shape is something I associate with nouns that are entities. Hmm. And thinking through this, I feel like this would be simpler. This is a fairly simple though, but I may be going with slaves. Slaves is does not work grammatically, but is they usually change it to fit what's meant to be in the context. They'll usually modify it. Maybe not slaves. This is serpent's eye. Does this is serpent's eye work? It's a serpent's eye. Is it something here? Is that what they called this place? No clues as to which god this was, though. That's not a serpent. The serpent's eye. I suppose this might look like an eye from above. But where then is the serpent, mistress? An offering. Oh. I'm gonna reply, then I'm gonna look at the offering. Serpents must have had some meaning to the ancients who named this place. I'm not sure it is serpents. I think it probably is serpents, though. Because it was the possessive word that was there. Left offerings at the feet of the god. One got stuck in the crack between the stones. Did it have writing on it? A copper sextant. I think it dates from the earliest days of the nebula. That's quite a thing to offer a god. Some kind of sailor god, are you? Incredible craftsmanship. Such tiny details worked in. And there's an inscription. There's a few words in this one. Sleep is not in here. Move is in here, and I was already thinking about wanting to move you. Pardon me. A little hiccup. No good. There's not enough here for me to guess the rest. I'll have to hope I see these sequences again. What do you mean? We'll move you. I'll see what Huang thinks when I get to the university. I was just there. I don't want to go back already, but maybe I should go back already. I don't think I've seen anything equivalent to this sextant before. So it must originate from a site that's undocumented. Is it an eye? What if it's like a satellite dish? So it could kind of be like an eye. It looks eye-shaped in a way. From above, mistress, yes. Okay, we're gonna go back down. We're gonna walk around. We'll see if we can reach that building. Mistress, I hope you satisfied your desire to be high up. I found something up there, 6. Am I gonna have to walk all the way around? Just as I thought I might. A sextant. Uh, Gods are offering places. Very good, mistress. Oh god, this is gonna take a while, unless... How old did you say this site was? 6? Unless we have a magic bridge to take us there. Based on the weathering of the god statue, almost 1,500 years old. I feel like we recently had something that old. Looks like a way down. Catch me if I fall, 6. Oh, 6 is not gonna like that. What an idiotic remark.
The metal ledge halfway down was wide enough for walking. Wide enough for robots, too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There's writing on it. I need to get where Aaliyah could feasibly see that. There's something at the center. A cover? It looks like it has handles. A covered well? Is it well covered? Except... Just wait, mistress. Are you doing a scan now? Like I told you to? Indeed, mistress. I have found something. Gravity, mistress. What's that supposed to mean? I like the other options. I'm turning you off. The gravity within the crater is lower than the gravity outside it. Safe to jump then? Do not joke, mistress. There's no way I'd keep my balance on this slope if I tried to climb down. There are some big holes to go sliding into. Unless we can find a section that hasn't shattered. There's some writing around the rim. Heck yeah. Yes! I get to add this. This one is a phrase run together. Be and welcome here? Yourself? Oh no! It's a long one, but I'm confident this is welcome. Oh no. Okay, yourself. Okay, so... Yeah, because that's... I can't remember what your was, but... And be welcome. Something, something, and be welcome. Land here, and be welcome. That'll do for now. Land here. Is this a landing pad? I think it maybe is. How can the gravity be low? Is this dish some kind of machine? Some kind of, I don't know, lens? This dish is just as it appears, mistress. Curved tiled floor. But perhaps the moon's density itself is low. Don't tell me it's hollow. I will do a scan. I kinda want to go looking
The
around the...
scale of the place was mind-boggling. It must have been built by giants for giants.
Why am I losing health? Is it that rough of a walk? Bless the waters. The air is so thin here. Take your time to recover, mistress. Evidently, it is clear this place was intended for robot workers. Robot workers? There's definitely something inside here. Equipment? It's hard to make out. This looks like a door. Only it won't open. Force the door open. I can't get my fingers between the door panels. Can you batter it down, 6? No, mistress. I could use the button, however. I wondered about that. The locking mechanism is internal and magnetic. There!
A dark, cramped space, stuffed with metal and pipes and wires. It was like I'd turned into an ant and was now crawling around inside the robot.
Let's see what's up here. What was that noise? I believe it was the lower door resealing itself, mistress. But you can open it again, can't you? I should think so, mistress. This place was clearly abandoned. No disaster, no destruction. Whatever it once was, it became obsolete. Someone oversaw this site from here. But oversaw what? It can't have been a good job. It's uncomfortable. But robots do not care. Some kind of a device. A telescope? The ladies in grey on Elbreth had a telescope on the roof. They encouraged us to look at Iox through it and dream. So this place is an observatory? Let's see now. Oh! There's no eyepiece. What's the use of that? This looks like it comes free. It has been inscribed, mistress. It's impossibly small. This is the end of a longer line of text. Okay, I see Will. You... Is there this somewhere? Where did I think might mean this? Your... So yourself was wrong. Of. I don't like throwing up in there. Don't see what other choice I have, though. I think I'm going to get told this is wrong. I can add my translation for this to my dictionary now. This blank will... Okay, this blank will blank your blank. This blank will blank your blank. This thing, machine, city, or sword, will... This sword will cut your ear. That... Okay, I like way. Because there's the movement associated symbol. So, way, the only other thing is swing, but doing something to your swing makes it sound like it's baseball, which I don't like. Ah! So another thing where movement is implicated. Guide, maybe? Find? Something will find your way? This machine will find your way? Find or guide would have similar meanings. Let's look. Pray. I wish I understood the colon. I feel like I've just started seeing the colon. And I don't get what it means. I don't get what it means at all, except it's some sort of way of combining things. So pray without God. So do, maybe? Or tell? Telemotion would be to guide. Or lead, maybe? This, it's a machine. It could be thing. But I think it's machine, because in one of our earliest translations, we had something where robots were buried, and that first symbol was associated with what I decided meant robots. I could be wrong. It could mean something else, but if it does mean robots, then that symbol being associated with machinery would make sense. So I'm reasonably happy with this translation for now. This machine will guide your way. I think that's right. Some kind of lantern. Definitely not a flagpole. There are no ropes, and no fittings for any ropes. Evidently, it is a signal mast, a beacon, for sending something, somewhere. Iox is a similar one for sending messages. Where does the mast send to? 6? Wait, mistress. Yes? I believe I can deduce that, but it is hardly accurate enough to pinpoint a target. So what was this place observing? The rivers. Something else seems plausible to me, mistress. Yeah? Okay. Oh wow, we jump right into this on the paintings. This is broken off. Painted symbols. Will or should? Uh... Rise? No. Waters? No. Are? No. Something will rise. I believe I remembered the word rise, mister? Mistress? Something will rise. Okay. Deaths will rise. Gates will rise. Again, we have the symbol with the colon. Temples seems unlikely. Boats? Boats would rise. Oh. Boats? Okay. Sailcloth. This is the same second half as sailcloth. Sailcloth is a compound word. None of these are compound words, though. But maybe in their language they are a compound word. But if it's sailcloth, it would be boats. Because boats would be ships. Would connect to that maybe being a landing pad. That's what that is. I don't think it's a landing pad, though, necessarily. Maybe this is a landing pad. Maybe this... Things would have to land somewhere. Gates will rise. Deaths and temples make no sense. So we're between gates and boats. The argument for this being... boats is the second half. Matching. The gates... Where are the gates? The doors open sideways. It's boats, I think. Does boats will rise make sense? Something to do with ships? Fits with our idea if this is a landing bay. So let's walk back down around. I want to see what that machine over there is. Maybe it has an eyepiece. Look at it. It's beautiful. Can you imagine ships coming to rest here? Like flies on a flower. Maybe that's why it's low gravity? Ramps. The site wasn't managed by humans at all. Okay, let's look at this thing if it lets us. It does not, in fact, let us. Okay, let's go back in and look around. Where were the paintings? I didn't see them with my own eyes. Find me see the device, mistress. Here it is. That makes sense. It was meant... So what is it? It is a recording device, mistress. There is a Rabesky foil at its apex. Can you read it back? Those other questions are interesting, but reading it back would be the most interesting thing. No, mistress. Darn it. I have a foil inside me, but there is no common language that I can guess. Okay, let's hear your guesswork. If this device is a telescope, perhaps it has been recording the movements of the sky. That's reasonable. I thought I would get more after that, but, you know, that's okay. Does this one work? I bet it doesn't. I do not believe so, mistress. It seems a lot of the wiring here has been rendered purely decorative by time. I really wish we could get in. Good thing the control downstairs still works. Or we'd be stuck in here. I really want in. It does still work, doesn't it? Statistically, mistress, it will. I feel like I'm being set up for the door not to open. Some kind of control panel. I bet there's words on the control panel. Did they have children working here? No, they had robots. 6, can you operate this? That one controls the temperature of the floor, mistress. This one, however, appears more interesting. Can you work it out? I already have. There. I have activated the panel, but I see no change. What did you expect to happen? You're sure the panel's done nothing, 6? No, mistress. It may well have done something. I simply cannot see what. Open the door, 6. Mistress? Please open. Ah. Ah. It would seem the power to this control is not entirely functional. Presumably the system has not been used or maintained in some time. Maybe I can repair it. Though I have no idea how it works. Or Roy would know. Any ideas, 6? 6? Where did you go? Six? Aw. 6 did something dangerous to try to save me. I guess, maybe that's not so sweet, because 6 is probably programmed to have to do dangerous things to try to save me. Mistress, did you just throw yourself off the roof? It wasn't more a controlled tumble, mistress. Escape. I have fixed the lock, mistress. It will not close again. Are you okay? So what was this place? It's likely this is the Serpent's Eye. We know it was run by robots. Some kind of recording station. Observing the rivers. The crater itself is most likely a dock. A place for ships to land. Low gravity in the crater helps ships to take off from here. Ah, the Serpent's Eye was a port. A place where large ships came to restock. Run by robots. And later used for observations of the sky. We have found 2 ancient artifacts here, the sextant and the telescope device. The curators on Iox will be most content. I'd like to activate the hopper now, mistress. I want to get down to the center of the crater first. I think I'm going to be told no, that's silly. Oh, no, I'm just allowed to say that. So a hopper is a teleporter? A short distance teleporter, mistress. But what is a hopper? I mean, what's inside it? An interconnected mesh of quantum. Quantium creates some kind of field which the subject is passed through and dissected via. This just doesn't matter. You're happy enough to fire off the hopper? Even if you don't know how it works? Don't you care what it does to us? It appears to work, mistress. I don't want to climb back up. I want to get to the center, but I don't see how. Marks on the surface. The metal is stained, just a little, but it's there. So something once grew on these tiles. There's no water here. I don't see a way down. I want down, but I don't see a way down. Oh? This place is slowly falling apart. It's shattering like an eggshell. Maybe I should get down while I still can. Oh? Got a crazy idea.
If you'd stuck the tree on Iox into the middle of this crater, it would have looked like a weed.
Yeah, it's hard for me to walk up this for some reason. What I want to do is I see a pathway down over there, and I'm like, what if it somehow leads underneath the crater? I don't think that's going to happen, because I think I'm going to get cut off by that rock. Shoot. I'm going to approach from the other side. I really want down in the center. I still can't get my head around the size of this thing. What's it for? Okay, that's locked off. I can't get to the center. I need to give up. Why am I telling myself I need to give up? And the reason I'm doing it is this is going to take a long time to walk around the edge. This is going to take a really long time to walk around the edge. Any theories I have are going to take a long time to try to prove one way or the other. I don't want to climb back up. Okay, I'm going to walk over the other part of the ring, look around just to be sure it's inoperable, then turn back. Because I don't think there's a good way down. Okay, yeah. That wouldn't lead anywhere useful anyway. Oh boy. So here we are, walking, and walking, and I'm talking. Aaliyah's walking. Climb back up. Have we learned anything new? We know it was called the Serpent's Eye. We think it was called the Serpent's Eye. Unless this is the game confirming. Shall I use the hopper again, mistress? I really do want to get down to the center of the crater, but I don't see how. I guess we want to activate the hopper. I feel defeated. I feel like if I could have thought about this some other way, I could have gotten down there. Or maybe if I'd messed with the machines more. Ah. Activate the hopper 6. Excellent, mistress. I guess we'll leave the moon. Stand still, mistress. Okay. And so we left the surface of the Serpent's Eye crater. What now? I think I'm going to quit out of the game now, as soon as I get to a stopping point. We returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. Continue. So that was the Serpent's Eye. Some kind of landing bay for ships? Can we land on it? Why land there at all? There's nothing on this moon apart from the bay itself. Except the crystals. Take the river, okay. Alright, we can quit from here. Thank you so much for watching. It was good doing this extra episode today, even though I know that it's going to be a normal release schedule for you. I'm really looking forward to seeing where else we can end up going, because I do see on our map found an artifact. So I want to look for the Withering Palace. Found an artifact from a place out in the distant reaches. But this site might have once been. What this site might have been, I have no idea. I don't know enough to find this site yet. So maybe I need to go. I could go to Elbereth. Because I could look around for more ruins. For sure. If the game lets me. That's definitely something I could do. Otherwise, my intuition would be go to Elbereth, talk to, I think his name's Toppy, and exchange and the trader Toppy might help me identify the source of the large floating book we found. I could go there next. And there's lots of good places I could go. I also want to go to this Age of Sail site, but I think maybe next time I'm going to fly around some more trying to identify more things within this area. So thank you for watching. This has been good. I look forward to playing more next time and learning more. See you then.